With the Oklahoma Sooners going into the SEC for 2024, I thought I would make a video on Brent Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners' key to success to be successful in the SEC and have a winning season. We're going to discuss all that and so much more coming up on this episode of Sooner Legends Podcast. Well, welcome to this episode of Sooner Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Legend. And if you don't mind, if you're new to the channel and new to the family, hit that red subscriber button. And if you notice down as you're looking at the screen, watching my video, you'll see a subscribe button down in the right hand corner. It looks like a watermark. All you have to do is take your pointer, hover over that, and you could subscribe, and you don't have to jump out of the video. If if you're on a computer, you can't do it on mobile. Also, can you give me a like? And also, please comment because it helps push the algorithm of YouTube. And for small content creators such as myself, that means the world. And share the video because sharing is caring. Well, we're going into our first season into the almighty SEC, and I got to thinking that of a video to put out for a Monday, and what a better video than it would be for the keys to Brent Venables and Oklahoma Sooners being successful in their first season going into the SEC. Now, it's going to be challenging because our first three games, you can pretty much say, well, we're going to win them. You got Houston and Temple, Houston, and Tulane. And after that, that's when the that's when it happens. We open up SEC play at home to Tennessee, and then we uh, we go to Auburn at Jordan Hare. Oh yeah, and then we play Texas, and y'all have seen the schedule. Now here's the first thing that OU needs to be successful this year. Road games. Road games is a must. We need to get those W's. We lost to Kansas and Oklahoma State last year, which we should have won. This year, we need to be successful on the road. And our road games is Auburn, Ole Miss, Missouri, and LSU. We need to go into their house and take their keys. No question. Once you get once you put your so-called cleats on their neck, go for the juggler. Take no prisoners. We need to be more successful on the road this year. I can't stress that enough. Also, and some more keys to it is we're going to have beyond exceptional line play in the trenches, both the offense and defensive line, because that's where a lot of games are won and a lot of games are lost is that trench play. On the offensive side of the ball, we're going to need to open up holes. We're going to need to keep out potential uh, wave of players coming in for TFLs and such. We're going to have to be we're going to have to play heads up on that side of the ball. We're going and I'm keeping going. Uh, we're going to have a successful run game. We're going to have to get some big time runs out of these running backs. Sawchuck, Javante Barnes, Caleb Hicks, uh, Megwa. I can't pronounce his name. Sorry, but Taylor Tatum's going to be thrown in that mix. So we're going to have a successful run game right out of the chute coming out this season. I mean, if you look at the SEC, they they have they have probably some of the best running games I've ever seen, and OU's going to have to match that level. We can't go in there and pick up 2 yards, 1 yard, 3 yards. We're going to have to go wide open. And the quarterback, Jackson Arnold, is not the Gatorade Player of the Year and 5-star for nothing. Do not take what you've seen in the Alamo Bowl. Don't judge that one game on Jackson Arnold. He played like a true freshman. He made mistakes. I've never seen a true freshman come into a game of that magnitude, of that quality, and be successful. I've never seen it. Probably never will see it. But Jackson's had this whole off season to go back, look at his mistakes, what he made in the Alamo Bowl. Because if you noticed in the spring game, his head was on a swivel and he was going through his progressions. Now, a spring game is a spring game. All it is just a glorified scrimmage. I get that. But he looked a lot more crisper and sharper than he did in the Alamo Bowl. So that's telling me he went back and studied his game in the Alamo Bowl. Now, there's no questions and no arguments out of Sooner Nation for this that we have probably got one of the premier wide receiver rooms out of anybody. And I don't get where these people are saying that OU's when they do their little lists. I saw Jay's live video when they gave their list of wide receivers. Guys, you got Nick Anderson, Jacquez Pedway, Jalil Farouk, Deion Burks. I mean, all down the line. We got we got premier wide receivers. And I would challenge anybody out of any fan base that tells me otherwise that we don't have elite wide receivers. It ain't going to happen. Now, uh, another key we can sit here and talk about is tight ends. Now, Bauer Sharp, he looks like he's gonna. It, it looks like he's gonna be a damn good tight end, in my opinion. And then we got. I should have wrote their names down. I think it's Llewellyn. We got those, but we're going to need tight end play to like. We're going to need Bradford and Jermaine Gresham type going into the SEC. And the defensive line, we got our dudes. We got our dudes. We got Dominic Williams. We got um, G Baby, Stoney, Jaden Jackson. I mean, Ethan Downs, PJ out of Barway. We got the dudes. We got them at the weight. We They are all about north of 300 pounds now. And but we're going to need them guys to show out, get in that deep in that offensive backfield, cause hate and discontent and havoc, and just play like their hair is on fire, so to speak. And I think they're going to do it. I honestly think so. I think we have the dudes on that side of the ball finally. And we're going to need now Stutz is back. which is great. Having that leadership on for the linebacker court because we all know Danny is our spark plug for the linebackers. And when he was out a couple of games last year, you could tell he was missed. So we need to keep our linebackers healthy. I think you're going to see a lot of Kobe McKenzie, Danny Stutzman combinations, probably Kip Lewis in that mix. Throw in Pachotti, and I'm not going to touch too hard on this because there again, there's another list that we didn't get credit for. Excuse me, guys, my throat's croaking, and but our secondary cornerbacks, guys, don't pay attention to them lists on Twitter. Them guys don't know come here from Sickle. We got Billy Bowman, Peyton Bowen. You got Michael Boganowski, Robert Spinner, Spears Jennings. I mean, we we're stacked knee deep in that room, and we got one. Just go back and look at Billy Bowman's efforts last year. What he did, pick sixes, interceptions, causing that disruption in the defensive back on them wide receivers. I'm not going to talk much on that because we already know our secondary, what they're like and what they're going to do. Now, let's talk about this a minute. The main key to success is going to be Brent Venables and that coaching staff. Now, we already know what Brent Venables is made of. He was at Oklahoma, won a natty with us, went to Clemson in his third year, turned Clemson completely around, had one of the premier defenses in the ACC with Clemson, and he's in his third year. In his first year, he went 6-7. Last year, 10-3. He's in his third year, and if you look at the recruiting, what BV has done since he's been here, he's recruiting at a high level. Him and Todd Bates, Emmett Jones, Brandon Hall, Jay Vlaut, they're all recruiting at a high level. So now that we're in this third year, I think this is where you're going to see BV really come into his zone. And we got Zach Alley, his little mini me. So we're going to be, I think this is where you're going to see BV shine. Third year. No doubt. I'm calling it now. We got recruitment says a lot. And from what I've seen right now for 2025 in SEC only, OU's number one in recruiting, LSU's number two. What's that tell you? And we're already putting together a class for 2026. So I think, honestly, as I'm sitting here talking to you, that OU, Brent Venables, and this coaching staff, there's going to be a lot of pundits, a lot of talking heads, high up media that's going to be eating a lot of crow this year, especially come the end of the year. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't care. But anyway, y'all hop down in the comments and tell me what you guys think. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I I love doing this. I love uh putting out content for you guys. I enjoy it so much. I'm at 407 subscribers, and guys, y'all are awesome in the comments. Uh, so consider subscribing to the channel and joining the family. It's free. And if you notice, if you stay till the end, if you've made it this far, you'll notice that in each four corner, over there, over there, down here, I got a I got a playlist there. You can go back and watch some of my videos. So I encourage you to join Sooner Legends podcast. It's absolutely free, no money, and talk it up and chop it up with me. Until next time, this is the legend. Y'all be nice to everybody. Don't say nothing you can't take back, as you'll live to regret it. This is the legend. We'll see you on the backside. God bless. Boomer Sooner.